If you like, and I'll tell you why. It's sometimes for your knees when we do things on our knees. So, yeah, you're probably okay. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you. I feel like it's been a while. Okay. We're going to begin. Oh, she's getting her friends. Okay. It's a little cool in here today. We'll warm up. We're taking the arms out to the sides, extending. And then your right arm is over the other and you wrap. We'll start out with some shoulder work. And just taking a moment to try to take your elbows up as high as your chin. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Julie, may I ask you to shut that door? Thank you so much. Thank you. And then we'll take the arms out to the sides again, go as far back as you can. And now the other arm, which one is it? Left over the other. Okay, that's not brain fog though, that's Fran. Okay, and then elbows reaching up, elbows as high as your chin. And breathe. And exhale. Beautiful. And then releasing. So one more is to take your right arm, bring it across. That's my right arm. And my left hand is like a ledge for the arm. And then you turn your head towards the stretch part, the deltoid that is stretching towards the shoulder stretched. And just take a breath in, like you can breathe in between shoulder blades, underneath the right shoulder blade, breathing in. Exhale, and then taking the arm out to the side, and the same arm is going to come up overhead for a side bend movement. And breathing into the right side of your torso. And one more breath here. Inhale, exhale, and then up. And from here, we twist. So the side that's just been stretched, you're going to twist to that side. And go ahead and look to the space behind you. And see if you can invite every part of your spine. Invite the parts that maybe take a little more effort to move into. And then we'll release. And what I'm going to have you do is reverse your leg crossing. Good. And extending the left arm this time. So left arm. And then coming across, and you've got your hand is supported. You've got like a little shelf. Your right hand is a shelf. And then turn your head towards the stretched arm or deltoid and breathe. And then we'll take the arm up, out to the side, up into the air, side bending. And as you side bend, just really take a moment to breathe into the stretched areas. Like the stretched area invites you to breathe. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale as you come out, and then there's a twist towards this stretched side. So you turn and look to the space behind you. Okay, good work. And then releasing. Hey, okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to come right onto our backs. And we'll pull right knee to chest. So just a few movements that really get us our backs and our hip joints ready for deeper movement. So you're hugging knee to chest. Maybe you can grab your shin bone. Maybe you can grab hold of your foot. And you can also lift your head, bringing your head to knee. And then lowering and switching sides. So hugging left knee to chest. And feeling your back deeply pressing into the mat. This is the hip flexor, probably to the stretch, the straightened leg, getting a stretch. Lift your head and bring your hands. Maybe your hands are to your shin bones or holding the foot. And one more breath here, lifting your head, head to knee, and release. Good work. We've got bridge pose, so feet are flat into the mat and you lift up. And as you lift, go ahead and tuck shoulders underneath you, clasp your hands. See if you can lift up fairly high. So you feel the strength of the back of your body, but the flexibility, the resilience in the front of your body. Let's go ahead and adjust the feet maybe a little differently so your heels can come up. Maybe just your heels come up and there's no adjustment. And then release the hands, come out slowly, releasing, releasing, releasing. Good work. And pulling knees right into chest, stretching the lower back. All right, so extending your right leg, you're going to just hold behind the knee. And so what you'll do is you'll bend your right knee and then straighten it. And when you straighten, you'll feel like you're pushing the back of your knee against your hands, and then bend and straighten. And again, bend and straighten, and you'll lift your head and walk your hands up your leg, walking to your foot, trying to bring your head towards your knee. It's okay to bend the knee if you need to, or keep it straight. All right. And then the other side, we're going to take hold behind the knee, keep the knee bent. On an exhalation, straighten the leg, flex your ankle, let your hands kind of pull inward. If this really, really doesn't work, some need a strap on this. Bend the knee again, and then straighten, pushing into the back of your knee, into your hand, good. And last one, bend, and then straighten. Now you're lifting your head, and you're walking your hands up the calf muscle, maybe you go deeper to the heel, to the foot, and some are bringing head to knee and then release. Now, once you release, let's bend the knees and just take your head side, side, releasing your neck, head moving side, side, very, very simple. Soles of the feet are together, bound angle, and the outside feet are resting to the mat. Knees are wide, hands onto the belly, and you're going to breathe into your hands. Breathing in. And exhale. And again, breath in. And exhale. Interlace fingers, press palms up into the air, and then bring your arms up overhead. So the backs of the hands, or I'm sorry, the palm is facing the back of the room, and you're very active with your upper body. Lower body, receptive. And again, take another deep breath in. And exhale. Great. Retracting the arms, bringing the knees together. We're going to make our way up to sitting. Okay. And then we'll make our way to child's pose. How we doing there?
I got both. Why didn't you do both?
Do you miss both?
No.
You know, the funny thing is I was going to do both. And I thought, no, we're going to do something else that's core work. And then Badra was kind of teasing me, like, are we going to do both? Because we did a lot of both on Tuesday. They remember. Don reminded me. Okay, so come into child's pose, head is down, breathe into your back. And then round your back, cat pose, and come forward, upward facing dog. So there'll be 4 of these, okay? This is the first one. So you're trying to, instead of sinking, you're trying to lift upward, and then exhale, press back. Complete the exhalation. Inhale, move forward. Arching your back, tilting your head back. Feel like you're a wave. Right now the wave is receding. Complete the exhalation. Inhale, the wave is crashing shore. Arch, looking up. Exhale back. And coming forward, arching. And breathe. And from here, from the hands and knees, draw the hands in a little more. What I'm going to say is bring your left foot outward. So sort of like you have hand, foot coming out to the side. And then from here, right arm comes up. So you're going to twist, bring your right arm way up high. You'll feel that stretch on your left inner thigh. And then right arm threads underneath the left. And you're reaching for right hand, reaching for left big toe. Not everyone can reach. So maybe you're reaching your knee, or you're using a strap to help reach the foot, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. What's that?
This is right. I think I'm.
Oh, your foot, you extend the other leg. Just switch, you're going the correct way, but yeah, just reverse the legs. There you go. There you go. So as you're here, see if you can, almost like you're trying to look up to the ceiling without straining your neck. And it's like your chin is touching your collarbone. It's like dropping down towards the collarbone. Good, Julie. Good little movement there. It helps to get deeper into your neck. And then we're going to release. We'll come out and we'll do second side. So from here, just move some space. Your right leg now extends. Okay. Yeah, there you go, Badra. And the left arm comes up. So you're twisting. And it's
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And when you twist away from the leg, it's like, oh, okay. That's a lot of inner thigh stretch. And then thread the needle. Left hand underneath the right. Left shoulder is down. You're turning. And again, you want your chin on this side. It's like your chin is moving towards the right collarbone. And it is, if you tuck your chin in, you start to get more of a stretch to the left side of your neck. Do you get a stretch, Julie? Yeah. Your neck? Good, good. That's what I like to hear. And directing your breath into your back. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And there she is. And then we're going to come out. So, so the core work that replaces your, I don't know, I think it replaces both. So here's what we're going to do. I'll just guide you right through it. You're in downward facing dog. Hello. And pedaling. Bend one knee and press opposite heel down. From here, right leg will come up into the air. Swing the leg up high. And then your right knee is going to come forward and it's going to come to the outside right elbow. So it's like, woo, you're stacking everything over your arms. And then back. We're gonna do the other side. Yeah, this will wake you up. Left leg up into the air. Bend your left knee, shift your shoulders forward, bring your left knee to the outside left arm, and you're lifting up. The knee wants to drop down, you're lifting up with the knee and then press back. You have another one in you?
Yes.
Right leg up in the air. Right knee comes forward. And lift, 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 like you're trying to defy gravity. And second side, last one. Left leg up, up, up in the air. Left knee comes forward at an angle, reaching, good. And then back. We're gonna go wide with the feet. Walk your hands back to your feet. Oh, all the weight is off your wrist now. You can shake out your hands if you like. Take hands to elbows and let yourself hang. Stretching your back, stretching your spine. Yeah, breathing in. Let your neck be completely relaxed. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and come on up. Once you come up, it's like a new person emerges. How's that? Okay. And I'm just going to move this a little bit. Sure. See it really well. Sorry. Just want to make sure I'm not like half my head is in there. Okay, I think that's it. So from here, right foot, your right foot in front of the other. Reach your right arm up and over. So you're stretching the right side of your body. Good. And breathe. You're holding the wrist, extending. And all the while, you're kind of creating a crescent moon shape. Second side. Left leg in front of the other. I'm kind of projecting my voice. And taking hold of left wrist and come up and over. See if you can really lift upward as well as come over. And then release and good job. All right. So I'm going to ask people in the room, am I the only one? Is it cold in here? Does it feel a little cold in here? Okay. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
getting warmer.
Good, good. We're warming up. I know at home you're warm. Okay, it'll warm up. So we're going to look at warriors. We're 1, 2, 3, and then we'll add to it. So it becomes the sequence later. So stepping to the front end of your mat. Let's see. All right. And we'll take right foot back. Double track, warrior 1, back heel is down. So the hip loves to open out on this. See if you can square. One way of squaring is to have the back heel up. So you're like, oh yeah, that's squared. And then to bring it down. 90-degree bend. And then bring your arms by your hands by your ears. And then just kind of bring them straight up. Look at your hands. It's like you're framing out a space. See if you can be strong through both legs, solid, connected to earth. And in a sense, if you had to think of an element with this pose, it's fire pose. It's connected to fire. In fact, Virabhadra is a warrior that comes up from flames. So the story goes, breathing in, exhale. And then from here we go Virabhadrasana 2. So you open it out and you have to adjust your feet. You're in one line now, not a double track, a single track. You go a little wider, in fact, so you can get that 90-degree bend. And this time your hands are like, I'm gonna push 2 walls away from you, push, 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 and then extend through the fingertips. And you're looking past your left middle finger. And This is nice to do outdoors where you don't have windows, you have mirrors. You just, I mean, you don't have any walls. You just, it's nice also to do is look, if you're home, looking out a window. Yeah. Okay, and then we release. And now from here, you take your right foot forward. And the right foot will step back again because it's warrior 3. The way I like to, I do different ways, but one is you could start with your arms up. You could also start with your hands behind your back or arms at a T, hands to heart. I'm actually gonna do hands to heart. This one's more intense and I don't know, I just feel like this is where I've been working. And then I come forward. And you might say, oh yeah, hands on blocks, that's fine too, that's modification. Or you come into this balance and breathe. And as the story goes, the arms forward, the warrior is wielding a sword, right? So my hands are at my heart. I'm not going to wield a sword today. Breathing in, exhale, and come out. Woo! Okay. Yeah. And then we come into a squat. All right. So you're doing your squat as your counter pose. Some have to modify, some are fine coming right into the squat. Just depends on your knees and your hip joints. Wherever we're at, getting a good stretch. That warmed me up. That did it. That was the recipe. You're cold, go do warrior 1, 2, 3. And then press on up. All right, so we have a second side. So from here, you're standing in front of the mat and your left foot will step back. You're on the double track. Again, I could work with my back heel up until I feel like, okay, I have a 90-degree bend, my knee, pelvis squared, and then my heel comes down. Hands are to heart. Hands are by my ears. And I'm just going to reach straight up. And then activate your back muscles. So you feel like the front of your spine is long, the back of your spine feels shorter because it's contracted. There's a slight arch. And breathe. And then hands are to heart center. Now we open it out and there's a little adjustment. And then you're a little wide here. You have to go slightly wider so you can really get that stance, then the bend in the knee. And then let's just have our hands pushing out like you're pushing 2 walls. No walls are gonna cave in on you. And then extending. And looking past your right middle finger and breathe. Tall spine, upright. Feel your strength. Feel your resilience. Boy, do we have resilience coming on 2 years. We got March 13th of online yoga. Breathing in. And then let's bring hands to heart. We're going to step forward. So once you step forward, you rearrange your pelvis so you're facing, the front of your mat. Left foot steps back again. Now you'll decide, will you take your hands back? Will you have your hands to heart, arms out like airplane wings or up? It's up to you. Take a breath in. It's on the exhalation. You can come into the pose. Some reach for the floor for blocks, and others are going to be working on balance. One more breath here. Good work. Inhale. Exhale. Woo, come to standing. You're so great. No one's complaining. That's amazing. Okay. And then here we go into a squat. So again, you could be modified or you come all the way down. And no matter where you are, look at that, how your hips warmed up. Yep. And then as you're here, you could stay here or take one arm up into the air. And that's like a thoracic upper spine moving. Meanwhile, my lower hand is pressing against the knee and the other side, one hand down and one arm comes up and really stretching your back. And come down. And forward fold, just take a moment in your forward fold, let your head drop down. All of a sudden, I can't hear the music. Go ahead and come on up. And arms out to the sides, all the way up, and hands to heart center. So again, we're going to do that sequence, but we add more to it. Okay, so you're at the front end of your mat, of course. Right leg up, right leg back. 2 rounds of breath, warrior 1. So repeat and repeat. And then from here, we're going to take the arms out to the side, right arm over the other, wrapping. We did this earlier. Wrapping, reaching the elbows up this time. Hybrid pose. And then unwind and take your hands behind the back. Interlace fingers. Lift your heart center. And a humble warrior, lowering left shoulder to the inside left knee, your head reaching the mat, the floor, and breathe. Beautiful. Come on up, and when you're turning and you need to straighten your left leg, give a little bit of a rest, okay? And then you start to bend your left knee, warrior 2 again. 2 rounds of breath. And then you become the archer. So you aim high, you're going to take your back arm, draw back your bow, engage your core as you draw back. And it is not necessarily about letting the arrow fly, it's more about a process. It's the focus, the process of being in this position. Breathe. You're going to just let your arms, all the tension dissolves, straighten your leg again. And then this time bring your heels in, horse. Heels, what's a warrior without a horse, right? So you drop down and you try to keep your spine upright as you come down. If you're too wide, the feet will slip. Interlace fingers, press palms forward. Perhaps a blend of horse and rider merging together. Breathe in. Exhale. Those of you online, you could do that. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through the mouth. It's a little harder to do with the mask. And then straightening the legs. So blocks might come in handy here. You're going to step forward and your hands could be on blocks or on the mat, on the floor. We'll see what works for you. Okay. So you could keep your hands down, or again, you can take your hands to your heart like you did earlier. You can take the arms out to a T. We have a half moon coming up. Oh my goodness, are you okay with that? Let's bring the left hand to a block or to the floor. Right arm comes up. And I know for half moon, some have to just come up and be by a wall. That's fine. Release. You'll be so happy. Right foot steps back. You're on solid ground and you have a twist. If you want to make it easier, right hand is down, left arm up, and breathe. Good work. And we are going to step forward, forward fold. Come to the front end of your mat. Pausing for a moment. Hands could be to elbows or hands are down on the mat. And come on up. Sweep the arms out to the sides, all the way up. Palms touch. Reach, arch back. And hands to heart center. Second side. So if you were really happy about whose puppy is that, that must be Sadie's dog. They love yoga, you know, they gotta kind of make their cameo appearance. So here we are, front of the mat, warriors. Left foot steps back. So you may want heel up initially, and then heel down. Hands are by your ears. Reach up, 2 rounds of breath. And then the arms out to the sides, and it's your left arm over the other. And I call it wild thing. You're going to take your elbows up high and breathe, arch into your upper back. And then your hands clasp behind your back. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Look up. You got this. Oh, so open. And then you take a bow. Humble warrior. Taking your right shoulder towards the inside knee, your head reaching towards the floor, the mat. Press on up. So I'm going to say straighten your right leg, give it a little bit of a rest, a little reprieve, and realign your feet. And then warrior 2. Extending. Once you're in the pose, 2 rounds of breath. So you're going to face that wall, yeah, like Padra's. Yeah, there you go. And then we become the archer. Right arm up. We're going to aim high. Draw back your bow. Reach. Elbow is back. Take a moment here. It's really about focus. And it's years before, I know in Japan, it's years before the master says, the sensei says, okay, you can let that arrow fly. Holding, holding. And then everything dissolves, Now you're opening it up in class, you're in studio, you're looking at the bars over there. And we come to horse. So engage your core in horse. Interlace fingers. Be upright with your spine if possible. Be upright. Yeah. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale. And then push heels right into the mat. Woo! So now those blocks might come in handy. You're going to turn towards the front end of your mat. holding blocks, you have 3 heights or no blocks at all. And this might be where you stay. This might be exactly where you think, huh, I could use this hamstring stretch. And then some of you will also take hands to heart or arms out to a T. See how that works for you. And then I'm going to open it out to a half moon. So your right hand could be on a block, left arm coming up, you're going into your half moon, opening it up. And again, this is really hard to use a wall behind you, that's okay. Come out. Foot is down. Good. Guess what the counter pose is? Yep, it's a squat. Okay, so you're going to come into a squat, stretching your back, breathing in. Exhale. Okay. So you can reach your blocks right now. I would say put them a little further back for later. You might want them a little further back so they're reachable. Step back, downward facing dog. And as you're here, just kind of stretching your legs. Yeah, you've got this. Breathing in, very nice. We're going to come to plank. And from plank, we lower onto the belly. Knees could be down or knees stay up. I'll take my knees down. Lower, lower, lower. And just for Julie, you're gonna bring the head down. Bring your head down right onto your hands. Your hands make a little pillow and rest your forehead down and breathe. It's like you breathe into your diaphragmatic area. And you know, it's not just you. The warriors are intense. There is an intensity. And intense is not a bad word, right? But they have an intensity. So now we're coming onto our elbows and you're arching. Sphinx. So maybe the hands elbows stay down or your elbows come up and lengthen your spine. Good. And then look past one shoulder and look past the other shoulder. And look up and chin down and then lower and bring your forehead down again and we'll do our Cobra with what I call spider hands. If you prefer Cobra with your hands alongside your chest, you may do that, or hands are just off your mat, hands as high as chest, and elbows are pointing up. And then you come up. Inhale, push, lengthen. I like this because you use strength and flexibility in equal measure. Come down. Twice more. Inhale, come up. And exhale down. The last one, up and down. Hands are alongside chest. You're going to press all the way up and stretch into your back. Take a moment in child's pose. So earlier I said to have blocks nearby, and that was for Virasana. So you're going to sit on a block. Sometimes it's weird. You can't tell that I'm sitting on a block. Like when I look at you, I can't tell if you're sitting on a block unless I'm, really like behind you. And then some people take 2 blocks if that's easier on your knees. Yeah. And it's a quad stretch. So some might not feel much of a quad stretch. In which case, and if this is still too intense, do one leg at a time. If you can, maybe you'll lean back. Maybe you don't need the blocks, okay? And then if you find you don't need the blocks, chances are that you're okay coming further back. Some can actually come all the way back, so you're lying on your back. Hands could be on belly or arms could be up overhead. Your back is kind of arched right now.
You managed to look comfortable.
I could sleep in this. It's
You
weird.
might not feel to walk the next day, but.
So think of the name. It's the Reclining Hero. The Reclining Hero. The hero's done his or her work and is like, now it's like, woo, bring me my tea. Yeah, right.
I don't see it in my quads lower, but that's because I'm looking at get further back.
Oh, yeah, that
I
might be
I
it.
can't get further back, that's my problem.
Yeah. So Barbara was saying she doesn't feel this in her quads because she can't go far enough back. Yeah. Let's press up. And as you press up, extend one leg, pushing the heel back. And then the other side, extending the leg, pushing the heel back. Just getting a little opening there. And we've got pigeon. And so I know not, some come into this from downward facing dog. And here's what I want to say. Everyone knows to come on their backs. But you know that there's this great thing you could do with the block. The block could be right by your knee. Like old school, you say, bring the block from your buttock. But if it's really close to your knee, it makes your life very different. It makes it very doable. Especially if your knee doesn't like this. Some don't need, it's like Willa's saying, no, I'm good with this. So this is what I kind of came up with when I had my knee injury. And this is wonderful. And you may find that you don't need that. Let's see. It's nice though, isn't it, to know that you have that. Yeah. Okay, so here we are. And lower your head. Let's take a moment here. You do? No, it's not. You're giving me ideas, Julie.
Just stop.
No, it's much more pleasant than that. It's just so much easier if I go home and do it.
Just as long as you're not coming around to tie us all up into some pose.
Okay, everyone, let's go to side two. You wouldn't believe what's going on here. I'm going around helping them out, and they're accusing me of torturing them. You have a high opinion of me.
Well, we trust you.
I don't know the way the class has gone
But the
today.
lady is a little nervous.
I watch people struggle with their straps, so it's much easier to do it.
let's say about 2 more rounds of breath here. Would you say that's even, Dr.?
Okay, Catherine says sort of, maybe. You know best, okay. And let's go ahead and start to come out. So the best way to come out of that is downward facing dog. If you were in pigeon, if you were on your back, just stretching your legs up in the air. Okay, so the reason I made these big loops, so people online, you're gonna take your strap and make a big loop, a very big loop. You want your loop to hold, okay? And then all of us in studio and online, I think I'll just kind of, show you. It's for your legs. It's for your legs. So you're gonna put this big loop on you like you're putting on a sweater. And there's always gonna be a tail. If you have a short strap, it may not work very well. But anyways, I've got a tail. I can tighten it by pulling on this. Okay, so I have my strap kind of high on my back, but some people go lower on their rib cage. And I'm just gonna slip, let's say I'm gonna slip my right foot into the loop, and it's your hand-free device for stretching your legs. So again, I know some of you have to really go wide, or you need a big loop if you're tight, or if you have long legs. And then others are like, you're a little more open, you can tighten, and the leg is just kind of stays in place. Your arms have nothing to do, so guess what? They're going to relax. And I want you to be here, accept the pose, and breathe. And I want to say, those who are online, if this really doesn't work, just do it the other way you're used to, where you hold the strap. Your foot is looped, you hold the strap. Or like if your strap isn't long enough, that works. That's fine. Sometimes that's just the best option. Right, Elise? Okay. And then what I'm going to have you do from here is, of course, you could stay like this. Maybe you're like, oh, this is great. Or you start to bring your right foot over to the left. Whew, doesn't take much. And you're in that, like an IT band area stretch.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, this is so effective and so intense. So all you did was bring your foot over to the side a little bit. And it, my right foot, it came off the mat, but I'm trying to anchor it down. And you could stay there, or you come over even more, and then you come to a twist. So the strap, as best you can, you're straightening the leg. The leg is only as high as hip. It's not coming to the floor. And you might say, oh, I have to bend my knee. And you're turning your head to the right, away from your leg, the stretch leg. And I think I might have lost some friends here. All right, it's time for the other leg. So let's go ahead and switch. One foot comes in, one leg comes down. Sometimes the second leg, you have to adjust the strap. Maybe it's okay. And again, hands free, arms are out to the side. Just think, you could read a book here. You could read on the Kindle. Okay, and breathe. I'm teasing. You want to do your yoga. And breathe. So again, you can stay here or start to take your leg to the right and feeling the outer leg stretch, IT band, whole outer leg. stretching. Yeah, and some of you can go all the way across. See, see what do you feel is what helps you the most. And when you go across, you're turning your head to the left and breathing. But what I like about this is I can really push into the strap. So I'm stretching a lot of, fine muscle tissue, mass muscle tissue, and breathe. Come out, undo the leg. Woo, good job. And so from here, this is what I'm going to suggest is lying over, it's just about time here, but here, I'm thinking of fish, bridge, or lying over a blanket, and it's not for very long. So all I did was, would you like me to give you my blanket? Is that okay? All right. Okay. So I just rolled the blanket and I'm arching over it. That's all. You could use blocks. You could just say, hey, I'm going to do fish pose, or something that will allow your back to arch. Good for Julie. GFK, good for cat. So we're going to come out so that we can have the last minutes of our session lying on our backs.
Isn't the counterpose like a fish, or do I not mix with it? Did we already do the counterpose previously?
So the fish pose, lying over the block is kind of like it. Is that, yeah, but if you want to do it, you can do it. What did you say?
No,
Is there a counter pose to fish? Oh, yeah, pulling knees into chest. Yes, if you need a counter pose, pulling knees into chest, because that was a deep arch. So sometimes that you need a counter pose to it. Yes, sorry, Badra, I didn't hear you. I didn't
I
hear
know
you.
we usually do the, I forget what it's called, we start like.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see it well.
Completely relaxing your body. And noticing how opposites merge in Shavasana, how you feel. At the same time, you can feel heavy, like gravity just grabs hold of your weight. But at the same time, you feel light, as if you are floating. In a sense, you feel emptied out, and yet you feel full. Feeling very, very relaxed and yet very alert. And then ever so gradually, you'll start to deepen your breath. Begin to resurface, to move your hands and your feet. As you are ready, roll to one side and make your way to sitting.